Wow, what a lovely weekend we've had. We had a couple of barbecues this weekend, both on the same night. I know it sounds a bit weird, but our dog literally tipped the first barbecue upside down, throwing chicken, sausages, burgers all over the floor. And of course, 2 bags of hot coals all over the garden. It was a nightmare. So, having cleared up, we started again. But the kids didn't mind. They had a lovely time in the paddling pool. Anyway, look at this article. Putin facing multi-million pound legal action over alleged role in MH17 crash. Vladimir Putin is facing a multi-million pound legal action for his alleged role in the shooting down of a Malaysian airliner's passenger jet over eastern Ukraine, the Sunday Telegraph can disclose. British lawyers are preparing a class action against the Russian president through the American courts. Senior Russian military commanders and politicians close to Putin are also likely to become embroiled in the legal claim. So, with no investigation and still no evidence linking Putin to the downed plane MH17, British lawyers are looking to sue Putin for bringing down said plane. Listen, I'm truly sorry for the families of the people who were lost on MH17, but wouldn't you want to get to the truth? There is no evidence that Putin had anything to do with MH17, but there are loads of questions that need answering before the EU should even consider sanctions and before these British lawyers even think about suing Putin. For example, why was Malaysian airline MH17 ordered to fly over East Ukraine war zone? Malaysian Airlines confirmed that it was instructed to fly MH17 at lower altitudes over East Ukraine. Who gave this instruction? Who gave the flight path? Why was there a Ukrainian military jet flying close to MH17 just before it was shot down? When MH370 went missing, 3 days later, the air traffic control transcripts were made available to the public. But with MH17, we have still had nothing, and you're talking 10 days later. And as the BBC reported, Ukraine's USB security service had confiscated recordings of conversations between Ukraine air traffic control officers and the crew on the doomed airliner. If you have nothing to hide, Ukraine, why not release these conversations? Why is Russia's evidence of the shooting down of MH17 just not being taken into account by the West? The evidence shows that the Kiev regime deployed anti-air missile systems in Donetsk in and around the area where flight MH17 crashed. Why has the US not shown any satellite or radar imagery to back up their claim that Russian-backed rebels shot down MH17? As Russian Defense Minister pointed out that an American satellite was passing over the area when the plane was shot down. Instead of this, the West's Putin done it, in it version of events is based on dubious and provably fake YouTube videos and social media. Now, award-winning journalist Robert Parry says that he was told by a high-level US intelligence officer that the US had satellite images that show that Ukrainian troops were responsible for shooting down MH17. Why has this imagery not been released? Why would Putin call for an independent expert investigation run by the International Civil Aviation Organization if he had something to hide? Why do the media believe Obama and Cameron when they say Putin was responsible without a shred of evidence? With even the US intelligence service coming out and saying that there is no evidence of Russian involvement in the downing of MH17, why are they not informing Obama and Cameron, who continue to peddle provable lies about Russia and MH17? This could literally cause a great deal of harm to us all in the future, as we'll see. Why did the Kiev authorities present a fake video of the Russian separatists claiming they shot down MH17? The video was date-stamped the 16th of July. That's a day before the plane was shot down. Why should we believe a word Obama and Cameron say about what happened with MH17? They are not showing evidence. They are lying to us. They are taking us down a very, very dangerous path. Someone with a pair of bollocks with the platform to do so needs to call Cameron and Obama out for the lying scumbags that they are. Just look at this article from Paul Craig Roberts. I suggest you go and read it. In this article, Roberts explains how Washington is organising itself and Europe for war with Russia. You see, the issue is this. If Ukraine become part of NATO, then NATO will have to attack Russia because of the Russian-backed rebels who are attacking what would be a NATO country, i.e. Ukraine. Europe, however, are reluctant to agree to put Ukraine into NATO for this very reason, because Europe understands that if Washington causes a war between Russia and NATO, then Europe will be the first place that gets hit by Russia. Senate Bill 2277 in America is called the Russian Aggression Prevention Act. Remember, these guys work in the complete opposite, and it's got nothing to do with prevention and everything to do with Russian aggression, West aggression, war. This Senate bill goes further than adding Ukraine to NATO. It grants the status of allied nation to Ukraine independently of NATO membership, and by doing so means that Washington can send troops and commit NATO and Europe to a war with Russia. This is happening now, people. This is happening now, unless we expose these lying, treasonous fuckers, Obama and Cameron, for who they really are. We are living in surreal times for sure, my friend, but we need to wake up and wake up fucking quickly.